One small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
We're at Kearden Park to check out mini biking. Now mini biking, it's pit bikes, it's got a full-blown championship. We're here for the final 2 rounds at Scunthorpe at Kearden Park. The good thing about pit bike racing, if you want to get involved in off-road sport, it's really affordable and cheap. For 700 quid you can get a bike, your gear, and you can literally go racing.
Started racing in 1979 and basically got too serious, and 3 years ago a friend bought me a pit bike and went from there really, and sad to say, yeah, I'm still on them. It brings fun back into it. People talk to each other, it's not on sort of our size, what big your van is, and basically it's just a all-round family sport really, more fun for everyone. This championship this year has been exciting, good. Best thing, it's been all over the sort of up and down the country, so it gives everyone a chance. If you're up north, tracks like this, down south, and I think it's just like a fun sport been made into racing for sort of, doesn't matter if you're good at motocross, road race, it evens it all up kind of thing and makes it more entertaining really. I wouldn't say you don't hurt yourself, because you do, but it's no, a lot more, it just brings fun back into it really. It's, don't have to have a lot of money, £600, buy your bike and turn up and ride. The circuit here is excellent for mini bikes. It's not too deep, it's sandy, but with mini bikes, if it's deep sand, it kills the bikes, but this track is spot on, one of the best ones this year basically. I think so personally. I can let you know at the end of the day, but if I'm still walking. But no, it's definitely worth coming up here to ride, because I'm pretty sure the mini bike track's open all year round, and it is a good track.
Well, I started racing the speedway back home in Australia as a kid. I mean, I was, you know, did a little bit of junior speedway before moving on to the senior ranks, and then chasing up a career over here in England. Well, the pit bike side was just something to do with a time off in between race meetings, and something just to keep you active. I mean, you know, when you're the other side of the world and you know you've got common interests with motorcycling people, you tend to congregate into different areas, and the pit bike was something that I thought was quite enjoyable. Well, yesterday was busy. We were here obviously first thing in the morning helping set up, and then we had practice and the first round of heats. And then unfortunately I had to leave and go down to Rye House to race Premier League Speedway for the Red Car Bears. So, you know, that was a bit of a hectic afternoon, but got down there, did a good job, scored some points, and was back in time to get a beer and socialise with the boys afterwards. The biggest thing for me is you get the same buzz that you would if you were riding you know, a big motocross bike on full-size tracks. You know, every mound feels like a mountain, every stone feels like a boulder, and you just get this amazing buzz from it. And yeah, for me, being a professional speedway rider, I didn't need the risk of a full-size motocross bike. I was I'm happy the lower speeds and being a little bit closer to the ground that you get when you're on a mini bike.
Well, I started riding just automatics and normal just bikes and quads when I was about 3 years old. And I've just carried on from there. I started racing when I was 11. Just motocrossing mainly, but over the last couple of years we've got into pit bikes. Just a bit of fun really, just messing about with your mates, and it's a bit cheaper for us, you know, a bit easier, being a bit younger. So yeah, this is my first round I've done so far, and getting on pretty well with it really. The pit bikes, I've always rode, obviously you go off small bikes onto big bikes, and when I was about 12, I think I bought a pit bike for my birthday, and ever since then I've just progressed onto a KLX, and just all your mates get them, and that's just get into it like that really. Mini bikes are just such good fun. You can ride them so many different places, and you don't have to go to a certain track. You can ride them woods, anywhere that's, you know, and they're smaller. When you crash, it doesn't hurt so much. That's it. Mini bikes, they're cheaper, easier to run, they last forever. There's easy maintenance. Yesterday, it was okay, it wasn't too great. I had a massive crash in the second race, but luckily, being a pit bike, you know, I got away with it kind of. I think I had a 4th in the first race, and today, well, I've had a better day today. I've had a 3rd in the first race, but I need to get past a couple of the back markers a bit quicker, and then I think I can be further at the front.
Yeah, I started racing motocross, schoolboys when I was 12, and raced throughout schoolboys up until adult motocross till I was about 19, and then I switched from motocross to freestyle motocross. I used to ride promotional tours with Red Bull around the country, and also a lot of riding in Europe. And then I've gone from there onto pit bike riding. I still have a motocross bike as well. It started off mainly as a side thing to the riding. We used to go to events and people would have pit bikes that they'd ride in between shows and races. So it was more of a fun thing. And then we just started riding at the weekends and that, and the ease of it and the cost took over really, because you can go out, put them in the back of a van and go and ride somewhere a lot easier than you can on a big bike. They're good fun, and it's not as serious as racing. Yeah, it's just more of a laugh, I think, to ride. Not so much serious. This track here is quite a sandy track, so there's plenty of lines out there. And there's quite a few jumps out on the track, so it should be some good racing out there. It starts off a bit slow until the track gets chopped up a bit, but we're about midway through the day, speed picks up and it's quite exciting. There's forums online. That's probably the best way. If you don't know anyone who's got a mini bike, you can enter it in on the internet and look it up and get into it through the internet. That's probably the best way.
Yeah, I'm a professional speedway rider. I'm riding local this year at Scunthorpe and also Stoke. Having a pretty good season and just riding bikes for a living and just enjoying what I do. Speedway turns into kind of a job, and you're travelling around and you've got a team with you, and this is just good fun, and just come out with your friends and we all just have a good time and enjoy racing. Mini bike racing is intense, it's fast, it's an hard racing because it's very close and there's a lot of riders online and everyone wants to win, so especially when you're racing against your friends, so everyone's out there having fun but also wanting to win at the same time.
Yeah, I started in motocross first, raced in the AMCA, just in the youth ranks and stuff. Made my way through from like junior, senior to expert class. But I've always been into mini biking, just in the backyards, just having fun with your friends really. My first bike was a motocross bike. Obviously, you mean when I could afford to do it when I was working and stuff. But then my mates all got into mini biking, so I bought a little 50 and just went from there really, just escalated on. Yeah, the weekend's going pretty good really. I mean, I'm not getting very good starts. Like yesterday I had 3 bad starts, but worked my way into like, I had 5th in the first, won the second one, and I was 2nd in the 3rd. So I had 2nd overall yesterday. Today I've had 1 race, bad start, worked my way back through to 6th. And I think I was still leading the championship by, I think about 20 points, something like that. So hopefully, fingers crossed, I'd like it. I don't know, I think everyone's just so much more laid back. Everyone seems to want to help each other. Everyone's reasonably friendly, and it's still fun. You go out there, yeah, the gate drops, and you know what I mean, you can have a few bar bashings with your friends and stuff, and you come back to the camp and it's just all fun. It's just little bikes and fun. Love it.
I toyed around with motocross, but I was never really any good, to be fair. Mini bikes, sort of easier for me. I just seem to enjoy it more. It's more chilled and you can have more of a laugh with it, and everybody seems more friendly. I had a 2003 KLX. And I think we got it through a few of my friends had sort of TTR 90s and things, and started riding them and just went and bought one and had one for the last 7 years now, I think. Oh yeah, it's a lot more sort of, it's just all over the place. It's never the same each lap, that you hit something and it's enough to just knock you sideways, and it's part of the fun. Insane, close, group of really good enthusiastic people all just together having a laugh and trying to kill each other. I think it's probably the best way of describing it, I think, really.
Well, I started racing motocross when I was probably like 11 or 12, and I went up through the schoolboys and then into adults, and then this started. We got 50s. Can't remember what year it was, but we bought them real stock. Just started to mess about on them and shred up some golf courses and stuff like that. And then before you know it, there's like a few series, like championship things popping up here and there. So started getting a bit more into it, like buying parts and getting bits and bobs. And then before you know it, we're flat out on it and like racing them and that. So yeah, so it's gone from that really. Because like Lad said, we had loads of years of like racing like motocross in like quite good level and all the rest of it. But then it's just a lot more chilled, and you're not so likely to get such a bad injury. And I've knocked about a bit over the years, so once you get on that, it's a bit more forgiving, and it's just fun. You can just turn up. It's just easier to all go away and take the bikes away and just have it's just a good laugh as well. It gets a bit mental on the track sometimes, because even though it's fun, you're still like flat out, and the people from like the motocross background are still like trying to get a whole shot and trying to win and like banging each other around a little bit, but it's still like a bit more relaxed in between and a lot more fun. So, well, I'm hopefully going to win the 50s today. I'm leading the championship. I've got a good lead, and I think I've had 2 overall wins and 3 second overalls this year. So just been consistent, and just wanted to get through yesterday really and have a good day, and ended up winning it. So yeah, just need to be consistent today and hopefully have me and Lad on the podium at the end of the day, hopefully. This track today is it's kind of a bit of both. It's kind of flat, like a supercross track with quite a few big like bank turns and tabletops, but it's got a lot of motocross feel to it because of the sand. It's got some quite deep sections. Like practice in the first race is quite hard going on the 50s because it's really sandy. You've got to keep like real fast corner speed and keep a flow through. But as the day goes on, it gets more hard packed, so you go a lot quicker as the day goes on, and
yeah, it's probably the best track of the year. I enjoy it, so yeah, it's a good track.
Well, I race the Elite Youth Cup for motocross in the Big 85 class, and I'm second in the championship of that. So and then there's a round to go. But I just do this for fun, you know, and it's good. It's nice downtime, and it keeps you interested in like motocross, you know, like the actual like Red Bull and that. So from a very, very young age, my friend had one, and I rode that, and I was just like, absolutely loving it. It was crazy, crazy, crazy. And then soon after that, we had one because obviously my brother rides one, and we were riding it around the garden, and Dad was like, oh, we'll have to get another one. So he went and got another one for us. And we got a little track in the garden we ride, but yeah. The tracks are loads different. The motocross track obviously is a lot smaller, there's smaller jumps obviously because of the engine capacity. But apart from that, I mean, it's much the same, you know, off the start line, corners, and the first one to finish go across the finish line wins, you know. But no, it's great, I love it, you know. Well, my whole background of motocross is through my pit bike. If I hadn't got jumped on a pit bike the first time, I wouldn't have been half the motocross rider I am. So it's just, I can sort of translate that from the motocross and the pit biking. It's a similar bike, obviously the handles are similar, and it's just similar, and it's all right, you know. But probably, if you go to a Red Bull Pro National, because they're all over Britain, they've got like a little kids area, and then you just pay £10 and you can ride a pit bike. So that's quite handy. Or, I mean, buy one, or if your friend's got one, you know, have a go on it and see what you reckon. But it's a great sport to get into, and then because this mini bike champs is up and coming, and it's just getting better and better every year.
I mean, as a racer, I started riding bikes at a very young age, just due to, I guess, my family and my friends being in it, involved in it, and ever since then, I've always loved the sport. Whether it was picking up the magazines and looking at the picture on the table in the living room or whatever, I love it, and I guess it's in my blood. And then at 6, I did my first race, and that's where it all started. The pit bikes were a weird one. My friends had pit bikes, and he said you should get one, and we got them. Probably I was 12 maybe, and it helped my motocross so much because you're doing the same techniques but on a mini bike, but you could ride the mini bike in your garden or wherever, and it brought me on in my motocross, and then everyone was like, you should come to some races, and we did that for a little while, and then it kind of died off. But the mini bike nationals are really coming back around now, and they're doing a great job. It's a proper, real good event. There's massive rivalry between us. I mean, it's good because we bounce off each other, and like he brings me on, but at the same time I'm bringing him on, and we just love it. It's the banter between us is pretty big. I mean, mini bike racing is great because to buy a mini bike, it's a lot cheaper than buying a big bike. And obviously that appeals to the public because it's easier to get involved in. And like the motocross background I come from, we all look at pit biking and go, oh, it's just a bit of fun. But there's people who take it real seriously because that's their main passion. And here at the Mini Bike Nationals, you can really see how people take it seriously and enjoy it with great passion.
Well, I started as a schoolboy motocrosser, and then went to Mablethorpe Sam Racing, doing a few circles, and then fancied to go at Speedway when I turned 16. Nearly made it into Premier League / Elite League, but injuries, money, etc. just stopped me. Now I just do a little bit of short track, grass track, and mini bikes. The first bike is what I'm riding now, just with a few slight altercations, different engine, etc. But my mate had one in town. He wanted to sell it, so I bought it and went round the Kingsland Speedway track, and that was it. I loved it since, so nuts. Absolute nuts. But the bikes are just not built for the job as such. We're too big for the bikes, and they just steer where they want. But you just hang on and just have a good crack. My results are all right. I mean, I've got the talent, the skill, but my fitness is just, I'm a 60-minute. With the speedway and the grass track. 10 minutes out there's like in a boxing ring, it takes it out in you. But I do try and come out, I go home with a smile on my face. So.
honest to God, this is the best fun you can have on a bike, I tell you. It really is.